Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. So today's gonna be another episode of Unfiltered Talks. There's been a lot going on in my personal life that I need to take care of, so I don't have a whole lot of time to go watch new movies and make new movie reviews. But that being said, there's a crap ton of movie news coming out right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of break down a lot of the big things that are happening that I'm really excited about. So first and foremost, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about one thing that is super relevant right now. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes came out. It was a very solid movie. It follows up the trilogy from The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and The War for the Planet of the Apes. And it takes place, obviously, 300 years later, and it was a very great continuation of that original story. And I like a lot of the stuff that they did with this movie. But news came out recently. They're planning on making that set of movies a 9-film saga, starting with The Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So we're currently, like, 4th movie of the saga, which means that the next one would be the halfway point. And I think that that's really interesting. I like the fact that they really trust the cast, the crew, the directors, and everybody who's working on these films to potentially make 5 more of them. And as far as I'm concerned, they have not dipped in quality at all. So I really am excited for this. I think that it's a really great thing for cinema because a lot of cinematic universes exist. And I feel like, for the most part, Marvel is one of the only ones that did a really great job of consistently keeping good stuff for the entirety of the Infinity Saga or whatever. Everything was pretty much around the same quality. And I feel like a lot of other companies that have tried doing cinematic universes have either, for one reason or another, not been able to keep up the same quality. Like, recently I just watched the Monarch Universe movies, where it's like Godzilla, King Kong, Skull Island or whatever. And then we have, like, the movies where they fight each other, and the movie where they just teamed up together. And it's like, all of those movies, like, there are some that are significantly better than others, and then there are some that are significantly worse. I just made a short on here where I tried to rank the 4 of the Planet of the Apes movies that have came out recently. It was hard. It was really hard. They're all really good. And the funny thing about it is, I think that all of them I would rate 4.5 stars out of 10, 4 stars out of 10. Like, they're all incredibly solid movies. And the fact that they're planning on making 5 more makes me incredibly excited. I hope that they keep people like Andy Serkis kind of in the loop, because even though he wasn't one of the actual actors this time around, he still is behind the scenes kind of helping them figure out certain things. And I think for the most part, everything that they're doing with, like, the mocap suits and all the motion capture and everything looks fantastic. I think that all of the actors are playing these roles incredibly well. I can't wait until, like, the DVD and stuff comes out and we get to see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with this movie, because as much as it is fun just, watching the apes go around and do their things, and the entire movie is just so well written. I think that all of these movies do such a good job, whether, like, having, like, biblical references or just doing a great job of kind of, like, mirroring stuff like the Animal Farm book by George Orwell, incredibly iconic story. And I think that it's just so interesting to me how captivating each of these movies are, but I also just love the technical aspects of this. You watch some of the behind-the-scenes stuff of the original trilogy, and it's just, like, so interesting how Andy Serkis is able to do all these different, like, movements with his body, and he's able to do all these interesting facial expressions that really come through when you're looking at Caesar in those films. And it's just so fascinating to me as somebody who wants to potentially join the film industry one day. I love seeing that kind of stuff. So, like I said, whenever that comes out, I'd be incredibly excited. And speaking of coming out, this isn't really huge news, but kind of segueing here, Dune Part 2 it's officially out on Blu-ray. You guys should totally buy it if you're fans of physical media. I'm probably going to wait until I can find a steelbook or something for it, because the original one, I got it, and I think I have it on just DVD, and I'm like, that's so disappointing. I should probably get them both, and I should get them on steelbooks or Blu-ray or Ultra 4K or whatever. And, but yeah, that movie came out. Part of the reason I wanted to talk about it is because they made a casting announcement the other day. I can't remember exactly who it is, but they added someone new to the cast for the upcoming Bene Gesserit series, which is coming out. I don't know where that's going to be coming out. I imagine it's HBO Max, because I believe HBO Max has the first Dune movie on there already. So that's pretty exciting. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a prequel little short series about the Bene Gesserit and anything in the Dune franchise. I'm incredibly excited for. And I just wanted to bring up the fact that they made a casting announcement, because some people didn't know that that show is even something that exists. And I know when I heard the casting announcement, I was like, oh my god, they're moving forward with it. It's still going on, because it's one of those shows very similar to, like, Marvel. They have, like, a Wonder Man show going on right now, where it's like, it's happening, and a lot of the people who live in LA and live in different areas where they film stuff like this, they're in the know, and they know that it's stuff that's happening, but I don't know if it's been officially confirmed by anybody. Like, I think that is one of those ones where it's like, we know it's happening, but no one specifically was like, oh, by the way, we're working on this Bene Gesserit show. It's going to come out, this time frame or whatever. We still have no idea. But that's something that I thought was really interesting. Now to talk about the next thing. Okay, I might get absolutely flamed for this. I have never seen the Lord of the Rings. And I don't know if that's something that's going to be really frowned upon. I feel like that's something that could be really frowned upon. But I'm going to be talking about a little news about the Lord of the Rings movies. And I just want to say right off the bat, I don't know anything about them, and I am relatively clueless when it comes to stuff that's happening with Lord of the Rings. But because I had just brought up Andy Serkis with the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and the Planet of the Apes stuff, I feel like this is also a really interesting thing to talk about. They are going to be making a Gollum movie, and that's something that supposedly is going to be coming back. The original producer who produced the original ones, what's it called, the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, is coming back for it. I think his name's like Peter Jackson or something like that. And Andy Serkis is supposedly set to star in it and direct it, which is really fascinating. I think that Andy Serkis, he doesn't have a whole lot of acting. He doesn't have a whole lot of directing credits under his belt, but the few movies that I have seen with him, they've been all right. I think that the most recent one, and probably the one that everybody would know, is Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and that movie isn't great. But I think that the majority of my problems with it are probably stuff that happened in editing and stuff that happened with like just the pacing of the film itself. And I think that for the most part, there's a couple of action sequences and like dance sequences and stuff like that in it. If you haven't seen that movie, Venom and Eddie have like a really weird like breakup thing, and Venom goes around to a bunch of parties and stuff like that. And overall, I think that the direction of that movie is pretty solid. Like, I definitely don't think that's one of the faults of the movie. But it also has the problem of that's like a big studio film. They're not going to let their director do anything too crazy with it because Sony sucks. Let's just admit it. Let's just say it. Sony, kind of not great. But yeah. So that's something that's going to be happening. A new live action Lord of the Rings movie. Incredibly exciting. I think that for the most part, it's really nice seeing these old franchises kind of like come back and do their own thing. One franchise that I still really want to get a reboot, and I might be alone here. I think a lot of people will probably be like, no, the original trilogy is so good, don't mess with it. Back to the Future. Can we please get a Back to the Future reboot? I feel like it'd be so cool. I don't know. That's just me. I love Back to the Future. I think that those are great movies. And I think that when you have a concept that is as cool as just like time travel, make more of them. Like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even need to be Back to the Future. Somebody could just make some cool time traveling movies, because I feel like we don't get a lot of time traveling movies often. And I love them to death. They're so cool. But yeah, that being said, that was pretty much everything I wanted to talk about with the Lord of the Rings stuff. I got kind of off topic, but the big thing is they're making a new movie. It's going to be called The Hunt for Gollum. It's supposed to come out at the end of 2026 is what I've heard. And then on top of that, for people who do not know, the animated movie that's coming out in December, there's been some concept arts leaked for it recently. So if you want to go look that up, you guys totally can. I'm not going to show any of the pictures because, like I said, pretty sure it was leaked, and I don't want to risk this video being taken down. But just look up Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, and look at the concept arts, and you'll see like they all look like just paintings. They look glorious. I have a lot of faith in that movie. I think that that movie is going to have a different animation style than what a lot of people are used to, and I think it's going to be a very, very mature animated movie, which is fantastic. We need more of those. I hate the whole like shtick that animation and cartoons and all that stuff is just for kids, because it's not. At the end of the day, it's not. But yeah, so now to talk about the next topic. Alright, so the last little portion of this video is actually just going to be me talking about Marvel stuff in general, because there's been so much random like Marvel news and a bunch of different random things that have came out that, like I said, I haven't been talking about news at all. Like, I really feel like I need to get working on that, because every once in a while some huge news thing will come out and I'll be like, oh my god, that's awesome, that's really cool, and then I won't make a video about it, and I'm like, what am I doing? I have a YouTube channel where I talk about movies. Let's talk about movies. But for people who do not know, there's been some cast updates for the Fantastic Four movie. They casted somebody as Galactus. I'm going to go and put his name up on the screen. I do not know how to pronounce his name, and I'm not comfortable trying to pronounce his name. But very talented actor. He's in movies like The Green Knight, which I just bought on Blu-ray, and I'm incredibly excited to potentially watch that. That might be something for a Watch This Wednesday series, or I might just watch it on my own time. But I am incredibly excited about that movie. I love Dev Patel, and I'm very excited to watch The Green Knight. I heard it's really underrated. But he's in that. And from everything I've seen of him, like I looked up some clips and stuff like that to kind of get a general idea of what his vibe is. He has the coolest voice I have ever heard. So overall, really excited that he's going to be in it. Another thing, I didn't know this, Paul Walter Hauser is somebody who's rumored to be casted in this movie. Not rumored to be casted in this movie. He's somebody who's been announced to be in this movie. We don't know what part he's going to be playing. There's been a couple of rumors that he might potentially be playing. Wait, no, hold up. I might be mixing up people here. I personally would think he would be pretty cool if we saw him playing Mole Man or we saw him playing some villain. But overall, I think that he's very great. And then the other one, I can't remember his name right now, but it's something Malkovich. He also got added to the cast as an unknown role as of right now. Incredibly excited about that. I think that that's going to be fantastic. The Fantastic Four cast looks fantastic. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if I ever addressed my opinions on the Fantastic Four casting. I think they hit it out of the park with every single one of these. I think that Pedro Pascal has the acting chops to be a really, really good Mr. Fantastic. I think Vanessa Kirby is incredible, and she has such a great presence that is really going to help her stand out amongst this all-star cast. Evan Moss-Bachrach, I haven't seen him in a whole lot of things, but everybody's saying he is perfect for the thing. And based off of the look and based off of the few scenes that I've seen from The Bear, he does seem pretty perfect for it. Joseph Quinn, I think, is the one that most people are divided on. And all I'm going to say about Joseph Quinn is every single movie I have ever seen him in, he has incredible chemistry with literally everybody. And not to be that guy, I don't think he looked that good in Stranger Things, but so many people on the internet were falling in love with that character, and I think that that definitely has to say something about the actor playing that character. He's so charismatic, he has this great smile, he has so much charm. Like, I just think that he's such a charismatic dude, and he's very attractive to me. Obviously, I, as a straight white man, does not matter. I don't know why I included the fact that I'm white, but just as a straight man, I feel like my opinion on attractiveness of him doesn't really, matter. But I think that for Johnny Storm, he's got everything I want. I think that he can play the younger brother energy incredibly well. Like, I'm so excited to see him messing around with the thing. He looks like he's going to be great. But yeah, overall, very excited about all the Fantastic Four casting news that we're getting. I didn't mention her. I think, what's her name? Because I'm currently, there's too many names in my brain right now. Hold up. Okay, I accidentally psyched myself out. Julia Gardner, cast as Shala Ball. Once again, have not seen her in a whole lot of things, but I think that she looks like a very talented actress. I'm definitely going to check out some of the stuff that she's in. But her being casted as Shala Ball is so fascinating to me, and I really like the fact that they're not going the route that everybody was expecting them to go with, like, oh, there's going to be Silver Surfer, there's going to be Galactus. I like the fact that they're doing a twist on it. It's going to be a different character that we're not used to seeing, and it's something that Marvel used to do all the time, and it's something that drives me insane. A lot of people are mad because it's a female Silver Surfer. It's not. It's a different character altogether. Yes, in the comics, she becomes a Silver Surfer, and yes, a lot of the articles that are posting it are showing pictures of when she is a Silver Surfer, but that being said, she's her own character. She's very different from, Norman Rad, the Silver Surfer, and I feel like she has a lot of potential to do some really cool stuff in this movie and kind of flip the script and be a little different, because if they were to just do Norman Rad and the Silver Surfer, I feel like it would end up being incredibly similar to the Fantastic Four movie that came out with the Silver Surfer, But that being said, that's neither here nor there. But now to talk about another movie that kind of is getting a little bit of a hype right now, Deadpool and Wolverine. For one, if you guys go to see a movie right now and it's rated PG-13 and you get to see the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer beforehand, you guys get some extra clips. I don't know if you guys know this. I think that they are probably online by now. You could probably find it. But because they now have new regulations with like trailers and stuff like that, they'll have like what's called a green band trailer and a red band trailer. The red band is a more rated R trailer that would show before rated R movies, and then the green band is one that could be played before movies of any age. And the green band trailer for Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine, really cool trailer. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Like I said, it's called the Green Band trailer, so you might be able to find it online as well. But it caught me off guard. I was like, oh my god, this is a completely different trailer. What's happening right now? It doesn't have a lot of new clips, but it's like some different scenes are like shown from different angles and stuff like that. And they have certain scenes are like slightly longer, which I think is really cool. But yeah, overall, really excited about that movie. People are speculating online that the end credit scene for that movie is going to be insanely cool. And there are scoopers out there who have supposedly figured out what the end credit scene is going to be, and I've said that it's so incredible and so amazing, and the fact that they're able to pull it off without anybody knowing about it beforehand is crazy. And they're literally talking about how like it's so good that they won't even post it online, even though that's literally what they do for a living, which is crazy, but that's awesome. Speaking of what they do for a living, though, we're going to go to talk about scoopers a little bit more. There is a scooper right now who might be getting in a lot of legal trouble with Disney because they released a photo that has leaked of the Red Hulk from Captain America Brave New World. I haven't seen the picture. I'm sure if you look it up, you could probably find it on Reddit or something like that. But be careful if you guys are trying to like leak stuff or share rumors and share things that are happening in certain movies before they come out, because you can get in serious legal trouble. And as much as it is cool to sometimes see like leaks and stuff like that before they come out, don't ruin things for people before the movie comes out. Everybody knows that Red Hulk is going to be in Captain America Brave New World, and if you didn't, spoiler alert, it's not really a surprise anymore because Happy Meal toys are out right now for the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and you could get a Red Hulk toy in your Happy Meal. But that being said, that's pretty much all the news that I wanted to talk about. Wyatt Russell recently in an interview said that he thinks that Thunderbolts is going to be a really, really good return to form for Marvel. He says that the script is incredibly good, and he thinks that it's one of the best scripts he's ever read. So take that with a grain of salt. He hasn't been in a whole lot of projects. Some of the projects haven't been that good. But that being said, Thunderbolts has a stacked cast. And for the most part, I think that it has an insane amount of potential. So yeah, overall, that's all I wanted to talk about with this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Back at it again, but that's irrelevant. Flow so smooth, they calling me Mr. Elegant. Like an elephant, I got a long nose. Like a president, I've got a few hoes. Swift with a stutter, I'm smooth like butter. Don't see it coming when I slip undercover. Like a big dog, but I don't bite. I'm still a big broad, I'd win that fight. Come match you and I knock out your lights.